Well, hello, my big kids and my little chicken nuggets. Welcome back to another edition of Mr. B's Art Room. Hey, have you noticed that I have all of my artwork on display behind me? And it's growing every day as we add more to it. Are you displaying your artwork? Where? On the refrigerator? In your room? Or maybe you're giving it to somebody special? All right, well, that's awesome. Today we're going to add to that by drawing a fish. What, Steve? No, I'm not Aladdin's genie gonna grant you a wish. I said a fish like Nemo. Did you see the movie Finding Nemo? Great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it. Yes, so we're gonna draw a fish today. In order to draw this fish, you're gonna need some materials. Something to draw with, whether it's a pen, crayon, marker, pencil, and something to draw on, of course, some paper. Now, if you want to add color, you're gonna need crayons as well, or paints or markers. All right, so get your materials and let's get busy. Okay, to begin drawing the fish, I'm going to start not quite in the center, but over to the side. I'm going to make his eye, starting with a circle and putting a dot in it. Once you've done that, go underneath the eye and put a straight line sticking off towards the right side of your paper. At the end of that line, put a little curve so that it looks like a candy cane. Do a second curve underneath it. Now I will connect the top of that curve, the first curve, to the end of this line with a straight connecting line there and a straight connecting line there. What, Steve? You're right, those are the fish's lips. What? No, he's not going to kiss me. That's disgusting, Steve. No way. All right. Now, from his front of his lips, I will go up to his eye and stop. From the bottom of his lips, I will come down under his eye. I need to make this line go through his eyeball a little bit and stick out. So now you can see I've got an even space between the top and the bottom coming towards the left side of my paper. All right, I'm going to connect those with a little curve, and you can see now I've got a fish's head, the fish head. Okay, now we need to save room and make his body here. So to do that, I'm going to put a diagonal line coming from the top here. Don't go all the way because you need room for his tail. Then go to the bottom, and this one's going to come up just a little bit. All right, you can see it's got the paper, the fish's body has gotten skinny as it gets towards this tail. Now a diagonal line up, a diagonal line down. Now you can connect his tail with a curve or a wiggly line or an angle. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. I'm going to make mine a curve. Okay, starting to look like a fish. Now I want to give him a fin on top of his back. So right here where his head connects to his body, put a diagonal line, and then a long curve coming down towards the back. All right, I'm going to add a little fin on the bottom and a flipper right there. I want to make it so this fish has another eyeball. So I'm going to put a half curve sticking up there with a dot. There, now we can see his other eye on the back side of his head. All right, on his fin, adding some details here. Slanted stripes. I'm going to connect his tail in that closest spot there. And then I'll do some stripes in his tail as well. I will put some stripes on his flipper and his little fin in the back. Okay, now you can decorate his body however you want. If you want to put stripes on him, I will do that. I'll start with a stripe here coming down, and another one coming down, and another skinny stripe there, and a skinny stripe There, and you noticed I jumped over that flipper so that the stripe continues underneath. Now in this front section and this back section, I'm going to put scales. So I just go curve, 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 all the way down. Now I'm going to start on the top of this curve and jump to the top of that curve and continue down to the top of that curve. So they're just jumping or bouncing across the tops of each scale. Now when you get to the bottom, you just jump off to the bottom of your fish and you do the same for the top. All right, now you keep doing that same pattern, bouncing that curve off the top of each curve that was before it. When you get to the flipper, you just stop and continue underneath. There, so that section is done. I'm going to leave this part plain and continue with these scales back here. Again, jumping or bouncing that curve off of the top of the curve that was in front of it. If this is too difficult for you, you can skip this part and just color or put stripes across his whole body. Whatever you'd like to do. All right, there you have it. That is my fish. All right, that's awesome. Now that our fish's body is done, let's take a break. How about a joke? You ready for a fish joke? I've got one. Why don't fish like to play basketball? Why wouldn't they like to play basketball? All right, I'll tell you. Because they're terrified of nets. Get it? You catch a fish with a net and there's nets on the basketball rim. All right, well, I know it was corny. Here we go. Time for us to finish this drawing up. I'm going to go ahead and add details and a background to mine. Then I'm going to add color. I'll do it a little quickly, but you can do yours as well. I'll see you when we're done. All right, those turned out great. Wonderful job, guys. What? Steve, you still are upset with me on that last joke? You didn't like it? All right. You want another one? Okay, do over. Here's joke 2. All right. So 2 fish are sitting in a tank. One looks at the other and says, "Do you know how to drive this thing?" Get it? Not this kind of a tank. This kind of a tank. Yeah, you got it. All right, well, hey, thanks for joining me today. We had a lot of fun. Don't forget, send me those drawings. I'd love to see what you're doing. Have a great day. Take care.